BJ, you're the one who called out Georges St. Pierre. Do you feel there's any extra pressure on this fight that you have to win this, seeing as you called him out?
As far as the pressure goes, there will be a lot of pressure when I step into the ring on January 31st. But leading up to the fight, there's no pressure with that whole thing. So, it's a typical fight. It's two guys getting in the ring, so there's pressure when you walk in. But as far as this next 2 months leading up to the fight, no pressure.
No, yourself. It's your title that's on the line, George. It's not BJ's title. So if you lose a belt. If he loses, he's still got a belt at the 155 division. Any specific pressure, added pressure on yourself?
The pressure is always there. I fought in Montreal. I can't tell you there is more pressure now than there was at my fight in Montreal. So pressure is always pretty much the same. It's the only thing that changes is the opponent. It's a different opponent, but the pressure is always there. And I'm at my best when I perform under pressure.
Now yourself, after that first fight, it was controversial. How much of this is a revenge fight that you say, you know what, I got to prove the fact that, I won that first fight. I want some revenge.
For me, it's not like a revenge, like it's a personal thing with George. It's just a chance to get to fight, one of the greatest fighters, in the world today, and that's what this whole thing is about. It's about the two best stepping in the ring.
Now yourself, BJ was calling you out from day one, ever since that fight there. Dana finally grants it to him. Is this turning into a personal situation, or is it turning into a fact, I've got to make a statement in this fight, and I've got to finish BJ off early?
It's nothing personal. It's business, I really admire BJ. I got a lot of respect for him. But I want to be known as the best fighter in the world. And to be the best, the guy to beat is BJ Penn, So I know the fans want to see this fight, but there is no one in this world more than I who want to be part of it.
Well, it's interesting. Now, in your case, BJ, what is one thing that you've got over Georges St. Pierre that you can say, I'm better at him than this?
That's a tough one because, fighters and stuff, but, I bring a lot of speed. I bring good reflexes. I'm going to come. I'm going to give everything, fight with my heart, and I'm just going to, do everything that I can do. I'm good at jiu-jitsu. I know how to strike. I know some stuff about wrestling. So I think we match up very well in all areas. We're going to have answers for each other in every area. And then they're just going to say, and the winner is...
So you got that from BJ. I'm going to ask you the same question. What is it that you have over BJ Penn that he's not going to be able to answer?
Well, I truly believe I'm a better fighter than he is, but it's not always the best fighter who win the fight. It's the guy who will fight the best. So it's up to me to prepare myself as well as I can be. And if I look at where I was last time I fought him, I'm a way better, improved version of what I am right now. So he is as well. So it's going to be very interesting.
So we've seen that first fight way back when, and you guys have both come a long way. You've both improved drastically. But how do you see yourself from that last fight to where you are today, and where are you going to be when this fight, the rematch, occurs?
I see myself just a much more determined fighter, when I step in the ring that night. When I step in the ring that night, the difference is going to be he's going to be hitting me hard, and I'm not going to back down, and I'm going to keep coming forward and keep coming forward. And then in the end, in the final result, he's going to feel it. And like we just talked earlier, and I told him, you don't know me, you haven't met me, you know what I mean? And, I know how much heart George has. I saw it last time we fought. So I'm sure he's improved his skills, but it's not here. It's right here. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to bring to this fight.
Well, there you have it there. You saw it. I mean, he's saying that you may not have it there. So at the same time, you're looking at yourself from that last fight to where you are today. You've gone through some wars. How do you see yourself as a better fighter from that first fight to that this rematch is going to happen in January? After
we have fought, I've lost to Sarah, and it was pretty much the turning point in my career where I reached another level. I dedicate myself way more than I used to be. I surround myself by a real professional in every aspect of the game, and I changed my whole entourage. But it's not only about skills, like you said. It's true, it's about heart, and I got a lot of heart, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But I'm very confident in myself.
So not as confident as me.
So we're talking about confidence right now. And you guys are on the road together. I got to see you both in Vegas. Now you're here in the Sportsnet studios. You're not even looking at him, and you guys are kind of looking at each other. So I'm kind of wondering, how has this whole experience been that you guys have been together, stuck in a room, sometimes stuck in a vehicle, and you got to travel sort of together? How has this been all overall?
Nah, it's no big deal, you know. George is professional, you know, and he's just here to do his thing. So, you know, there's worse guys that you could be on the road with doing a press tour like this.
Anyone specific you would not want to be on the road with?
Oh, I mean, I can't say it off the top of my head, you know, but I'm sure I will run into people that are going to be a lot worse.